May the 5th, 2014. Happy Cinco de Mayo to all my Spanish friends. Guys, the situation in California and on the West Coast has gotten severe. We talked about this Friday on the Blog Talk Show, and I want to encourage anyone on the West Coast to give us a call. We'll be back up at 6 p.m. Central Time today, this afternoon, Blog Talk / BP Earthwatch. We'll link to the show. But call us and give us your reports, because sometimes I feel like we're getting more information nationwide than you guys are locally. But what you're seeing on the right is a seal, and they're dying left and right. All the wildlife is. But that's a Geiger counter beside it. They're saying they're dying of a mysterious toxin. It's Fukushima radiation, and the health department needs to quit lying. But this seal is radioactive. But I want to read the reports from the last week from that area. Let's go to the Santa Cruz Sentinel. This was Friday, May 2nd. It says state health warnings over shellfish, anchovies, and sardines are highlighting a marine mystery. What's behind a toxic outbreak threatening marine life? Researchers in the relatively new area of study, guys, these guys need to just quit lying. Say the problem is the worst they have ever seen. Though the toxin likely has always been part of the ecosystem, the threat appears to be growing. Results of late are the highest ever. Sea lions affected by domoic acid show a severely shrunken hippocampus and lesions over the heart and brains. The mystery behind why and when it happens remains largely unsolved. You couldn't slap them in the face with it and make them talk about this. It says that from the Marine Mammal Center, we don't know why these algae produce these toxins. They can be in the water not producing this toxin, and then they can be out in the water and raging. There's some evidence that there are more events of larger magnitude. It really affects sea otters also. Now, from the Wildlife Emergency Services, what she's saying here, Rebecca Demtek, is that we've literally had them drop from the sky. This is talking about seabirds now. Let's go down to April 28th. Sea lions found sick and convulsing off Monterey Bay coast. Now researchers say that there may be some indications that humans may also be causing domoic acid to be produced in higher concentrations. Yeah, the people that built the nuclear plants are causing this. At least 35 sick sea lions were found stranded on the Monterey Bay. They were convulsing with seizure-like symptoms. April 14th. The state began seeing low levels of domoic acid in the fish in mid-March, and 2 days ago noticed it had increased to almost 10 times higher than federal regulations. It must be a control situation there, guys, where the Nuclear Regulatory Committee controls the press, the Department of Health, Marine Mammal Center, Wildlife Emergency Services. It says April 30th, toxic algae blooms killing seabirds threaten humans. A new health warning has been issued urging people do not eat certain parts of anchovy, sardines, or crab caught in the Monterey Bay. It's causing seabirds' nervous systems to fail. The state public health department issued a warning not to eat recreationally harvested shellfish from the Monterey Bay. On Monday, officials issued an update advising consumers not to eat the internal organs of commercially or recreationally caught anchovy, sardines, or crab. Typically, the toxin will last a week or two, but the latest one has lasted all month. And guys, they're also saying that Fukushima is completely out of control. They're going to abandon what they were talking about, building an ice wall, which was one of the dumbest ideas I've ever heard anyway, to stop that flow. They can't do anything with it. It's just pouring tons and tons of radioactive water into the Pacific Ocean. It's a heads up on this. We're watching it. Again, any of you guys on the West Coast that have seen some of this or have questions or have answers, give us a call today on Blog Talk. Heads up, be safe.